Oh, I gotta. Oh, my hair is so shiny. Ugh. Oh, yeah. Whenever I have it in this orientation, it's a bit of a mess. It's slanted. Let's see if I can fix it. Hello. Just enjoy my wonderful attempt at trying to fix this being leveled. Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll just be slanted. I'll just sit like this the whole time. Okay, I am gonna bring up my YouTube so that I can see the comments down here. Ooh, maybe it's like, y'all don't need to see. Okay, great, okay. Ooh, wrong browser. I am so good at this. I haven't done this in a while, so bear with me, everybody. My hair's so shiny because I've got rosemary oil in it. Alrighty then, so YouTubeski. Do you like my slanted look? I'll try to fix it again in a second, but first, view your own channel. Oh, looks like Roadrunner is live. Gotta turn down that volume because here we go. Hello? Okay, so let's look. Let me see if I can fix it. I'm trying to do it, I was trying to do it in, what is it called? Ooh! All right, this is a lot better. And now my YouTube went away. Nope, I got it, okay. Great, how's everybody doing? Let's see, we've got Julie, Krista, Henning, that's a cool name. Laura, the Ponzi Scheme Show. Yonder Plays, that's Mark. Danielle, Bat Forler, Heather, Sharp, Lisa, Carolyn. Oopsie Daisy. Trails, Tails, Hikes and Rails. Oh, that's a good one right there. Vicky, Dog Family, Jude 3 and Laura 2, French Professor, Brad Travis, Arthur W. Dale Ernst, Walt Licker, Stormy, Steve Campbell, Sharon Strunzel. That's so German. Oh, it's more Austrian, right? Mel Shea, Robert, Wayfarer. I feel like I know this person. Yes, I do know this person. Maybe remind me. Hawk and Fox Outdoor Adventures. Melanie, Rocky. John, Davida, Jessica. Oh yeah, Pagan, that's right. I think I said it right? Because I keep confusing if it's Pagan, but I think it's Pagan. Blue Flyer, Lauren Lee, Julie Paris. It's Penguin. Oh, hi, Penguin! Everybody say hi to Penguin because you gotta say hi to her. Ralph. David Posey. Sailing Avamart, Paysetter, and Uncle Bill. Everybody say hi to Paysetter. How's Paysetter doing? I see that intense black eye. Everybody should follow Sailing Avamart. Come on now. Okay, I'm going to get a beverage, I guess. Okay, so I went to Harper's Ferry and we went to like a restaurant there and I saw this here right there. Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, and it's like so German, and it's like a beer, but it has like natural lemonade flavor in it. It's so good. Ooh, Paysetter hiked 14 miles today. Look at that. You guys are so awesome. Bonjour, Rusty. Did I not say everybody? Okay, we've got Danielle, Blue Flyer, Jason Spears. That name, I know. You have been with my channel for a long time. Vicky, Steve Campbell, Chris is sailing, Rowan Ash Blake, Rusty, Melanie. I said Melanie already. I don't know. I keep saying the same thing. I'm stuck at the Tadg Smith. I know you told me before how to pronounce your name, and please don't hate me. Maybe you can put it phonetically again. Oh, look, it's Master Splinter. I suck at hiking. Everybody follow him. I saw him at Trail Days, and I totally forgot his dog was a service dog, so I totally wanted to touch, and yeah, definitely didn't mean to accidentally wanted, well, I wanted to touch the doggy, but like I totally forgot, so my apologies. I still feel bad about it, that's why I'm bringing it up. Okay, Sam, Wandering in the Wild, Walt Liquor, Stormy, Gastro, or Prost. Prost, everybody. Well, yeah, everybody wants to touch the doggy. I mean, first of all, you know, he's a thru hiker, so that's already really intense, right? But also he's a really cute thru hiker, so you really just want to pet the doggy, and you know, you might need to put like a hat on him, like a big hat that says "Don't touch," because everybody wants to touch. All right, y'all are loving the fact that we are sharing Mark Trail's journey. I'm so happy you like that. I was a little bit concerned that some people would get confused, or that some people would be like, what is this? This is not Roadrunner. But I don't know, Mark Trail is just such a wonderful human being. I didn't feel like this was gonna be a problem, but it's so nice to find out that it really isn't a problem. So thank you so much for loving his journey. I'm loving it. He sent me the last 2 days of his journey, and I get to watch it, and I'm really jealous that I am not there with him, but I love that I get to see his journey. So if I love that I get to see his journey, then I'm sure you guys have to love it too, right? Because he's just so cool, and I get to see everything. It's so fun. All right. Arthur missed Mike and Leo at Trail Days. Yeah, that's sad. Let's see what else we got. What y'all are typing so fast. You're like fast typers, like those fingers be going like that. Yeah. Do you still keep in touch with Fox Cheese Ball and groceries from your previous AT hike? I love this question because it comes up every single time. I don't really keep in contact with that old family for multiple reasons. I was a different person in 22, so and you know, I'd rather put this on myself than on other people, so I would just say I was a different person, but I am keeping in touch with, you know, PCT past hikers as well as AT of this year hikers, for sure. Like the people, like, I don't know, I said it in my video, my finale video, it's because of who I am and how different I am, or I feel that I'm different, that my relationships with people have changed significantly as well as improved significantly. So therefore, maybe if nowadays Roadrunner would go back to 2022, things would be different, but I'm gonna just put it all on me. All right. So cool what you're doing this summer. Also very cool that Mark Trail is getting posted. Yeah, I love that. I love it so much. Pagan is currently on the PCT. Aquadulture, ready to get to the high school for the Sierra. Yo. I actually liked Aquadulture a lot. I didn't like that I had to wait an entire 0 to find out that I was going to hike on by myself, but Aquadulture was a really, really great place to do that. Randy, I love you sharing his posts. Thank you. Hold on. All right. Tat. It's like tiger without the R. Tiger. So that start to say tiger, but don't say the R. Tiger. Tiger. I guess. I do this every time. I feel like every time I do a live, you just gotta go, this is how you pronounce my name. Okay, Mark says, or Yonder Play says, now you know how we feel watching you. You are now a producer. Yeah, I guess so. So who watched Oliver sail to Hawaii with his cat? Oh. Who dat? How many bears did I see this time? 0. I definitely saw 0 on the trail. I'm trying to think if I saw any, you know, sometimes you see bears like in Gatlinburg and such, but I don't think I saw any bear this time. Mm-hmm. Hold on. I gotta. Guys, you typing so fast. April, hi. Trails, tails, hikes and rails. Yes, I'm excited for rejoining Mark in Vermont too. It's only been like a week and I'm already like, are you getting here yet? Because I'm ready. It's so ridiculous, honestly. Morning, Mana, hi. Jill says hello as well. Hello. Oh, it's Art and Jill. Oh, now I know. Arthur W. Jill says, hi guys. We hung out at Trail Days a lot. They were lovely, lovely people. Danielle, people grow and change. It doesn't always fit with people from past versions of herself. That's true. What you going for now? What? Will you ever do the CDT? Yes. The CDT is not off the table at all. The CDT is on the table. One of the reasons why I didn't want to hike the CDT before is because I didn't feel I had the support by the people that I surrounded myself with back then. And I do have people in my life now that support me a lot when it comes to through hiking. And so because of that, I do see myself doing the CDT. I don't know. I don't think it'll be next year, but you never know. Things change all the time. You know, Mark Trail, when we first met, he wanted me to do the CDT this year because he just thought it was the logical thing to do. He said that once I'm done with the AT, I should just jump onto the CDT because I do want to hike it southbound anyway. But I am pretty tired. And I do want to, you know, create a little bit of a life here. Like I said that, I've said it like 6,000 times, but I do see myself doing through hikes and continuing my through hiking. Yay, live chat. Hold on. Ah! Okay, hold on. Okay. I'm trying to not miss any questions. Jason says, thought of a name if you do open a hostel, you call it Hiker Dance In. I know, like hiking dancer in, hiking dance in. That's kind of cute. Mel says, howdy from the Ottawa Way Cafe. It's a good cafe, y'all. Just wait until you get there. Morning, man. I love watching Mark Trail. He is like a teacher of all things. Yes, he is. He knows lots of things. I enjoyed your Tahoe Rim Trail series and hope to through hike this summer. Any tips or advice? tips or advice. I'm sure you know a lot of it already. I guess when I did the Tahoe Rim Trail, I decided to take the bear canister for the entire circle because I think you don't have to have it when you're not in the Desolation Wilderness area, but I just took I took the canister for the entire thing, and I think honestly it's too much work to do it any other way. Maybe that's a suggestion. Also, the climbs are significant enough. They're not like intense like Appalachian Trail climbs, but they're good. I think water was sometimes a little bit of an issue, but this trail is so beautiful. I mean, especially the Nevada side is so well maintained. Tip, prepare yourself for bikers and trail runners. Bikers in particular, they're supposed to yield to you, but they're coming in fast, and so a lot of times you can't hear them, and of course they're like wanting to enjoy their downhill, so they don't really want to stop even though they have to stop. So just be prepared that these bikers will be sneaking up behind you and just like pew, 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 and then you'll be like, oh my god. And so yeah, that'll be a really great experience. It's one of the reasons why I'm not super intrigued to hike the Colorado Trail, because I know that the Colorado Trail has that as well. And I'm not hating on bikers. I definitely want to get my own bike soon. I want to get a kayak. I want to get a bike. I want to do it all. I want to do all the outdoor things. I also want to learn how to ski, even though I think I'm going to kill myself. But, so, yeah. Yeah, I'm always like, can I say these words on YouTube without me getting in trouble? But obviously I'm not gonna, unalive myself. I'm just saying I'm going to hurt myself hiking, skiing down a mountain, probably. Let's hope not. Vicky says, Boss Babe and Bird Call will be starting the AT in July. I hope we see Mark Trail, see them. Yeah, and maybe I will see them too, because around that time, because I am planning to hike with Mark Trail in Vermont, some in Maine, some in New Hampshire, maybe some in Maine. So maybe we'll see them. Juju says you actually saw 2 bears. Yes, indeed. I saw Mama Bear and Bear. You're right. And also I think I saw Sugar Bear, right? I saw all the bears. Kat says, good evening, y'all. Oh, I added the y'all. Nancy says, hi. Danielle, ha. Davis is true. Steve Campbell. Around mile 600 on the PCT, you sang a German lullaby. What was the title so sweet? It was La Le Lu, literally. L-A-L-E and L-U. And it doesn't mean anything, it's just Heinz Rühmann singing it like that. And then it says Nur der Mann im Mond, which means only the man in the moon. So it's L-A-L-E-L-U. Okay. Whoa. I don't know why my computer does this crazy thing right here. So Sailing Avamar says, in 850 miles, we have not seen any bears so far either. For that matter, not many thru hikers in the past 2 weeks, maybe 12 total Nova. Exactly. Like, I don't know if I mentioned it in my video, but like we were in this weird in-between bubble where we didn't see almost any hikers. So maybe you guys are in that bubble now. It was really strange. Sheldon says, good evening. What can I say to convince my wife to go backpacking with me? I don't know your wife. Maybe get her like a beautiful RV so she can meet you at the trailheads and hike like 1 or 2 miles in with you, go back to her beautiful RV, take her RV up to the next trailhead and meet you. Maybe that'll be exciting. I know I would love that. I would love if that was an option for me. If I had a spouse or partner who would want to thru hike, I'd be like, let me get a RV and I'll just support you the entire time. I would love that. Shelton, good evening. Do you have any plans to visit Germany and do any hiking there? Yes, at some point. I would like to hike in Germany. I would love to hike the Alps. That's something that I've been wanting to do. Keith, hey Keith, not Jeff, says, hi Roadrunner. It's an inside joke. I didn't remember Keith's name, so I called him not Jeff. I don't know. Heart of the Wolf Adventures. Hi. Kat says she started following me when I crossed into Oregon, and you're still here. Thank you. Nancy, hello from South Seattle. I loved watching you on PCT and AT. Thank you for keeping us connected with Mark Trail. Yay. Hi, Joanne says hi. Ooh, Keith says I'm on his TV now. And I suck at hiking says, I forgot to share with you, I lived in Germany 4 years in Kaiserslautern. Very nice. Many military people end up in Germany. Brian Allen has the question of all questions that everybody wants to know. Are you and Mark Trail romantically involved? I'll let the audience answer that question for you, because I think everybody knows. And we'll kind of see what everybody has to say, and if they get it wrong, I'll answer that for you. Sparky, were you able to find a house to buy? No, I'm not planning to buy a house per se at this moment. I'm trying to find a place to live first. So this is an Airbnb, and it's beautiful. And it was affordable. Because if you go on VRBO or Verbo, oh no, I can't afford that. But on Airbnb, they had this as like a long-term option, and it was affordable. Or river crossing. Oh, I like that, Danielle. River crossing. I like it. I will look for your car, Adam of California, Martin. I think you should create a gear line for women. Maybe. Definitely would be something that might be needed. River crossing. I like that. So smart. Because then it still sounds fancy, you know, like river crossing. I feel like I need to write it down. I don't have a pen. I'm sure I'll remember, because I do say river crossing 6,000 times. Okay, what is the best thing Mark Trail taught you? How? I don't know. It's more, when we talk about what he taught me, is like, it's not like a physical thing per se. What he's taught me, that I am somebody who can be cared for unconditionally, or cared about unconditionally, because he cared about me unconditionally. Really, he did. And I think he taught me that. Hostile goofing. There'll be a lot of that. Rick Quist, I know you've done the Tau Rim Trail. Have you done the JMT? If not, I recommend. Well, I haven't done the JMT. I've done parts of it on the PCT, but I definitely would like to do the JMT when there's no snow. So that'll definitely be one of the trails I'll be doing, especially because there's something called the Triple Tiara instead of the Triple Crown. And so I am interested to get a Triple Tiara as well. Oh, yay. So Mike and Leo are doing the Colorado Trail this year. Golly. It's just been these messages. I have I clearly don't know how to work this here computer right there. Okay. Trudy, hi from Ohio. We love watching you through the whole AT, the PCT, and every single week. Yay! Robert Brock wants, what you gonna do for money, honey? There are a few things I want to do. Jen says, hi, Roadrunner, so glad I could catch you live. Thank you, Jen. Randy, Mark Trail has a girlfriend and they talk about her a bunch. Yes, we do. Thank you, Randy. Thank you. Oh, Lord. Yeah. Did you see Hawk? I did see him in a truck in Front Royal, waving at me. That's all. That's all I saw him. That's how fast he goes. I mean, he was in a truck in Front Royal because somebody was driving him around, but he literally hikes that fast. So, I have a question. Was it cold on the AT this time? Tig is asking. I've I have a question. Was it cold on the AT this time, and how did you handle that? Did you try to the trick of using a Nalgene bottle as a hot water bottle? No, I haven't gotten a Nalgene bottle just yet, but it is something that I'm interested on doing when I do like winter hikes and stuff like that. And it was cold. I feel like it was colder this year, obviously because I started earlier, but it was colder for sure. And the way I just handled that, I had a brand new sleeping quilt, and I had a liner, and I did bring the hand warmers or foot warmers. And whenever it got really cold, I just put a foot warmer into the toe box, and that really took care of everything. But I haven't done the Nalgene bottle yet. The Who's There Hiker. Good evening. Good evening. Vicky says, I just thought you can trail magic the six packs when they get up to Vermont. I love watching. I will be. I am very lucky that they are giving me access to their far out locations. And so I will be giving them trail magic when they come to Vermont. So definitely look out for that. I'll likely film that. If not, I will film it. Then you will see the six pack probably film it, because I really, really, really care about that family, and I definitely want to see them again. Would love to see you do a circuit trek in Nepal. You know, I haven't never been interested in something like that, but we shall see. Jason says the Goldsteig Trail in Germany is one I've been looking at. It's 410 miles or 660. Oh, I'll have to look that up. I know that, is that the one that they said it's like a through hike through Germany? Somebody created like an actual through hike. It's pretty cool. What is your favorite sun hoodie? The one that I have been wearing, which is the Mountain Hardwear hoodie. I have like, it's like the one. I love the material. I love the way it fits. Yeah, when I needed to get a hoodie for the AT, surprisingly, if you watched all my videos, you know that I was surprised I needed a hoodie. I saw the Mountain Hardwear in Daleville at the Outfitter, and I'm like, yep, gotta get it. That's the one. That's the hoodie that I like. So, oh wow, we've already got some. We've got some people getting trail magic in Dalton from the Ottawa Way Cafe in Massachusetts. Captain says he's loving the Mark Trail updates. I'm loving them myself. It's like I'm watching it kind of with you, only before you, because I get to edit it. I don't really edit much. Like today, I did a few fun things. So let me know if it's annoying or if you like the way I edit it. So that video that I edited today will come out on Monday, probably. So. Richard says, thanks for continuing to share. Always interesting, entertaining. Yeah. Everybody's saying, no, Mark Trail has a girlfriend. He has a girlfriend. Heck no, he's got a girlfriend. Mark has a girlfriend. Tammy says, did you have tick issues on trail? That's a really good question. So on the Appalachian Trail in 22, I had one tick on my foot that Fox took out for me, which was amazing because I was literally freaking out. On this trail, I didn't have anything embedded in my body, but I did see like 4 or 5 ticks. So I feel like the ticks are out, and the ticks are a lot more this year. Maybe, I don't know. It just seemed like there were a lot of ticks this year. Jan Harvey says, Mark Trail has a wonderful girlfriend. Yes, he does. Tag says, I'm going to say no. The answer is no. We're not romantically involved. Michael Gallagher says, we're banging. Great, thank you for that, for sure. Maybe we're banging our heads against the walls, exactly. Tamara says, is it Tamara or Tamara? It's probably Tamara, right? You will probably have no problem skiing. You have strong leg muscles from all your dancing and hiking, and good balance and flowing movement from your dancing. Thank you. Today, I tried rock climbing in an indoor rock climbing facility, and it was so much fun. Y'all know I'm scared of heights, so I did have a few moments, but the guy was belaying me, so I like it. I will be doing more rock climbing, well, indoor rock climbing. I'm not sure I would ever really be like brave enough to do any rock climbing, like just randomly on a rock wall like that. But you never know, you know, people change. Deha says, why can't men and women just be friends? Thank you for saying that. Feels like that's never a thing. That's never a thing. We cannot be friends with men, apparently. But yes, Mark Trail and I are literally like brother and sister. Like, we tease each other like brothers and sisters. So, and so the same goes with Bram. Bram actually is like a little brother for me. So I gained 2 brothers on this hike. Everybody's answering. Mark Trail has a girlfriend. Mark Trail has a girlfriend. I'm not the girlfriend. But Mark Trail's girlfriend is a hiker, yes. Sharon is in, I think he could be your dad or older brother, but he's amazing shape. He has a girlfriend. Yes, Mark Trail could be my dad. Yes, he could be. But he is more like a brother. Like, we are more interacting like a brother. Look at the 2 Gingers Adventures. Make sure you follow them. They have a channel. Because, you know, they want to through hike the PCT at some point. So thank you so much for the $20. That is so nice. Thank you so much. That'll get me some Dunkin' Donuts. Ooh, hello. And here I go. Scrolling again. Okay, here we go. Mark Trail and Roadrunner are soul family. If you followed her journey, go back and watch the videos. It's a beautiful transpiring of friendship. Yes. Vicky says Mark Trail has a girlfriend. Like, I think we get that point, right? I think we answered the question. Mark Trail has a girlfriend. Keith says Nibblewell, nobody has plans to start a new hostel in Wikufka if it's turning into something really nice. Aw, that's awesome. Adam, how are you looking for my car? I don't understand. Okay, any plan to do the CDT at some point? Yes, at some point. Sue says she started following me on the PCT. Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm trying to read, but also like maintain eye contact, which is like impossible, right? But okay, hold on. Everybody take a sip of their tea, coffee, or drink, because you know it's Saturday and it's Memorial Day weekend. Okay. Vault. You'd pick Mark Trail over Bougie's coffee machine Oh my gosh, you know, the people I've met doing these hikes are just amazing. I love Bougie. I would never be able to pick either one over either of each other. They're just 2 completely different people, and I love them both very, very dearly. Cherokee, survival. Hiking across Canada or Eastern Continental Divide, extinction to Canada. My next goal is Easter. Nice, okay. Michelle, how do you prepare your back to carry a backpack for a long distance hike? So that's actually a fun little fact about me. I actually get back pain when I don't do a thru hike, just from, I guess, the way I move during the day or sit. And I know you might not believe this, but when I thru hike, my back pain completely goes away. I personally think that the weight of the pack realigns my spine. Sounds crazy. I'm not a doctor or chiropractor, so I don't know if this even makes sense, but my back pain disappears. Now, I do get a little bit of strain on the shoulder straps if I have extra food or it's like extra heavy for some reason, but like my actual back pain that I usually have between my shoulder blades on my spine, it totally disappears when I do a thru hike. So it's another reason why I can't stop thru hiking, right? Brian says, I only asked about a romantic relationship because they make a cute couple. I know he has a GF. Oh, well, there you go. But if you know he has a GF, I wouldn't want to go there, you know? Just saying. Okay. Love your channel, and I hope you'll keep posting Mark Trail's video all the way to Catherine. I will post his videos as long as he sends them to me. You know, I know it's a lot of work, so I'm actually really impressed. No, not actually, as I don't believe in his skills. I know he's awesome. But like for me, it's not something that he planned to do originally. So the fact that he's doing videos now, that's just adding extra to his day as well as evening. So I'm really happy he's doing it, and I'm impressed that so far, he's done it for like 5 to 6 days. So I'm happy about that. Kathy Campbell says hello from New York. Yeah, I am so close. Oh, Terry corrected it to Katahdin. I mean, Catherine's good too. Kathy says, I don't know how to pronounce this. Is it Adirondacks? I always want to say Adirondacks, but it's Adirondacks, right? Yeah. Okay, so how do you know which of the New Hampshire 48 you'll do first? Well, the good thing is I have a friend who is a 48 completer, so I get a lot of feedback from that. I also get a lot of feedback from Mark Trail, who also completed the New Hampshire 48, and that's really where I'm going with that, because I was a little bit confused myself, and so I already did my first 48 footer 2 days ago. Yes. And then I'm going to do my next one on Tuesday, and then I'll be doing another one next weekend. So a lot of times you can hike a few of them together. So that might be some, like, I don't know, on Tuesday I won't do that, but maybe on the weekend we'll hike something where we can combine them. Paysetter's doing yoga, and I have to find a bear hang tree before dark. We will be watching. Yay, look at this. Is amazing. Y'all are watching me on trail. I'm loving that. I'm just loving it. The Nalgene bottle works great. Yeah, I know. Like somewhere the hiker did that on the PCT, so I definitely know it works. Hawk is quick and Hawk is elusive. Yes, he is. How much do you make on YouTube? It depends. I would say I make about $10 per 1,000 views. So you can kind of calculate. If I have like a 3,000 viewed video, I probably make $30. But that's like an average, because sometimes I make a lot less per 1,000 views and sometimes I make more. So I think so like after looking at it, it's about $10 per 1,000 views. Oh, the through hike through Germany is the Nord-Süd Trail, NST, something around 2,000 miles. That would be so cool. Although I think that's probably a lot of road walking, is it? Can you answer that, Henning? Mal is hoping to catch the six-pack hikers at the Ottawa Way Cafe. Well, you just gotta put that trail bait out, right? Bill Evans, I have enjoyed following your adventures and look forward to whatever comes next. Tried to send super chat but did not appear to go through. Really? I don't know. I don't know how YouTube super chat works. I really don't. I should know, but Janet said hi. Okay. Kodiak, heading to Missouri next week for rock climbing. Oh yeah, cool. What's my favorite type of dancing? Ballroom dancing is what I do, and my favorite is smooth dancing, which is waltz, tango, foxtrot. I like Viennese waltz too, but foxtrot's probably my favorite. Arthur, Art, keep the Mark Trail updates coming. Very cool guy and great sense of humor. Yes, he does. To be around me, we gotta like each other's humor, because we crazy. Wendy, I'm 75 and I'm still hike despite a few physical issues, but I think it has kept me healthy. Yes. I think hiking keeps you healthy. Like walking is so healthy. Like now running is a whole different story, right? Because, you know, I had juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, and they always told me I can't do anything with an impact. So like running, so hiking, you know, I try not to have as much impact, like by, you know, falling or like, you know, jumping down something. But the walking really has helped me personally. Tyke says, indoor rock climbing is cool. Cross-training for the win. Yes, I think rock climbing might be something I might become interested in. Oh my goodness. Okay. I did the accidental scroll all the way down again. Okay. Here. Okay. Can you share how Mark Trail gained his trail name? I think there's a video of where we describe it. I'll talk about that in a second if you want me to do that. But essentially it's a cartoon from the 50s. And that's how he got it. Brothers are usually better than boyfriends. Probably, you're right. Keith says, just to let you all know, Roadrunner is an awesome cornholer. I do play some good cornholing. Mel says, I'm not afraid of heights, I'm afraid of widths. Jen says, did you follow Chap's hike on the AZT? You should do that trail one day. It looks beautiful. Yes. No, I didn't follow Chap's hike on the AZT, but the AZT is one that I want to do. And that is the one that I'm likely going to do next year. It's the one. Because I like to switch back and forth between the scenery. Now I did the Green Tunnel again, so I'm really excited to go back to the desert. So very likely the AZT is going to be my through hike for next year. Also, it's a little bit shorter, so it's not going to impact anything that I have here in Vermont. Art is, are you following Bram? Like following as in we text each other daily. He doesn't have like any videos or anything, but we text each other daily, so I know what's going on with him. Keith says he's got a good cinnamon roll recipe for me. Thank you. Great. I love cinnamon rolls. Wendy says, I'm a trail angel for the Florida Trail. Oh, and the Florida Trail is another one I want to do now. I've gotten past my initial feelings of not wanting to do it. I definitely want to do it. Are you living close to your mom? I live close enough. So like if something happened, I would be close. Like I could get there. Looking forward to where your heart takes you. Me too. Paul says the CDT is scary. I think so too. I have to find somebody maybe to hike at least some of that with. Just got so excited you're promoting us. Amelia just got excited you're promoting us and you're welcome. Yeah, like make sure you follow Two Ginger's Adventures. Come on now. Because they started having videos, so once a channel has videos, now you can actually subscribe and like them. And they'll be doing the PCT. Did you get noro or any gastro bugs this year? Yes, I did. I don't think it was noro because I didn't have the dual thing. I had only the thing. So I think I just had some sort of gastro bug, but not the actual norovirus, because it only took me about 12 hours to recover from it. Jen says, do you remember where you met Mark Trail? I think you guys crossed in South Carolina. We went from Georgia to North Carolina. Yeah, we met at the Green Dragon Hostel, but we started hiking the day that we went from Georgia to North Carolina. Correct. Kat says, Mark has a lovely girlfriend who visits him several times on the AT through hike. Yep, we have met. Yes, we have. Do you keep in touch with groceries? No. Jacob Marley, I may have missed this, but what part of the trail did you encounter mosquitoes and black flies where you were ready to pull your hair out, assuming you had mosquito head net? Are you asking about the PCT or the AT? The mosquitoes were really bad on the Tahoe Rim Trail section of the PCT, which is from South Lake Tahoe all the way up to Truckee. It's really bad. And I think some in Oregon, it wasn't as bad in Oregon as people said. There were a few days, but it wasn't consistent enough for it to get really frustrating. And then I believe on the AT in 22, it must have been around Massachusetts and Connecticut and New York where we started having some annoying mosquitoes. Yeah, I think that's about right. Somebody says maybe your posture's better with a backpack. I'm thinking that's it. Joe's asking, when you're feeling drained while hiking, what's your go-to to get that energy back? When I feel drained while hiking, electrolytes or sleep. but also food. So there's this thing that I learned that eating makes you alert again. That's why, like, when you take a kid hiking with you and they start getting cranky and tired, you just want to give them food. And so that generally takes care of them, you know, having a low energy. Bill says hello from Pennsylvania. Hey. Aggie Mara says hello from Florida. Diane says River Crossing. Sharon says Bram seems to pop up in all the thru hiker videos. Does he actually hike? He's everywhere. He is in a lot of videos and he does hike, but he does do some skipping for his health, and he is planning to make up the skipping sections, but you know, he's enjoying the way he's hiking. So, and I honestly, for personal selfishness, I loved that he would skip forward and be with us. So yeah, he's doing his own hike for sure. Daniel, loved the Appalachian Trail series, caught most all episodes. I'm officially going to steal Goofin and use it. Thanks for your videos. Thank you. Definitely steal that Goofin. It really is from a show, right? New Boots Goofin. It was from Reno 911 or something like that. That's really where it's from. Reba says hello from Newfoundland. Well, hello. Kathy says the Adirondack Mountains have 46 high peaks. Oh yeah, that would be fun. That would be like a fun next series to do once I complete the 48. Please just finish. Why not? It's a good question. I've wondered that myself. I should just have finished the AT, right? Yeah. Henry says, are you going to meet up with Boss Bay, Bird Call, or they're on there? Maybe we'll see them as they pass, or as I'll pass when I'm with Mark Trail. Hit the likes, peeps. Thanks, Sparky. Morning, Amana has to eat. Yay. Karen says she's been watching since PCT. I'll be in the Whites the week of July 22nd. I hope I see you on one of the 4. Yeah, that'd be so fun. Well, send me an email. Maybe I'll be around when you do that. I mean, I did the weirdo scrolling again. Come on, where did it go? Okay, here we go. Tig is, how many miles a day did you average on the AT? Looked like 20-25 miles a day, and what was your total pack weight? For this year, we didn't average 20 to 25. We, on the AT especially, we probably averaged maybe like if you include the zeros, definitely not. It probably was like a 14-mile average. But if you don't include the zeros, we probably did anywhere from 18 to 23, something like that. Especially as we, the longer the journey was, the better our mileage got. My total pack weight, it's a good question. I didn't weigh it. I'm not really that concerned with my pack weight anymore because I kind of feel like I'm as dialed in as possible. And so I don't really worry about it too much because it's comfortable. I would assume my total pack weight with food and like 1 liter of water is probably anywhere from 22 to 26 pounds, depending on the food. I would like guess that. I don't know. I don't really worry about it that much anymore. I should probably, because you guys are interested in it, and I'm like, I should probably care about it so you guys have the information for it. Did you follow Sailing with Phoenix's Journey? No, I don't know this person. Let's see. Trying to show us the chicken legs, like the actual shorts. What were you planning to do with your criminal justice degree? Like, are you asking now or in the past? Originally, I wanted to be a police officer. And I did apply to be a police officer here in Vermont, but I decided not to go for it because it kind of goes against my grain, as in like, it's a long answer. Essentially, I would have to deal with the part of humanity that's not the best, and the AT really has made me love people again, and I just didn't want that to go away. I want to continue loving people. So the creator of NST is a single person, trail name Soul Boy. That's a good name. Danielle says, if you do get into rock climbing, Red River Gorge is stunning. I got married there and fell in love with the scenery. Oh yay. Well, I want to go to the Red River Gorge anyway, but Julia, do you ever hear from anyone in your first Appalachian Trail traveling? Well, this is interesting. I'm curious, like today, a lot more of you are asking about that. Is there a particular reason why? Because this is probably the third or fourth question of asking about it. So I'm curious. I definitely would like to see, but I don't hear from any of them. And I kind of answered that at the beginning of the video that, you know, I was so different back then, and you know, maybe if I would be me now hiking in 22, it would be different, but at this point we are not in contact. Henning says, I would prefer the Hexa Trek in France, better camping. Yeah, I want to go and do a trail where you can camp. Bill says, canceled my weekends due to back issues, hoping to be able to be out there after crappy weather here. It's crappy weather here in Vermont too. Do you think you'd ever thru hike the whole AT again? If so, if I were to thru hike the whole AT again, this time it would be southbound, for sure. I would not want to do the whole first half again. Really, I wouldn't. I love the trail, but right now it would be more interesting for me to go southbound. Art is asking, would you do the CDT Sobo or Nobo? If ever hike it, I think I would go Nobo. I would do the CDT southbound. Josh is wanting to see the chicken legs. Like, I can show you more shorts. I can do that. Almost There is saying that Mark and I have an incredible friendship. Yes, we do. Keith is saying mosquitoes are eagles. All right. Eric is asking, when you talk, do you first think in German and then translate to English? Nope, I think in English now. I count in German, but I think in English. Dawn Foremost says, do distance hikers lose toenails? Yes, ma'am. I, in fact, just lost my toenail, one of them. I think another one is on its way out, but the first one is off, and it fell off like 4 days ago. Wayfarer with immunity to bats. Are you having any difficulties with the morning sun or crossing a river, a moving river? Yeah, the morning sun is really, really hard for me also. Yeah, like garlic has been a problem as well, so definitely have to look into that. Sharon says, I live in Truckee and I saw you there, but it was when I first started to follow you. Now, of course, I would say hey, hi with Trail Magic. Oh, you saw me in Truckee? Really? Man, we did an in and out that day, so that's pretty cool that you saw us there. What is the full name of the Two Gingers YouTube? All right, guys, make sure you post your YouTube. Tamara wants to know the Two Gingers YouTube channel name. Ed Brown said hi from Wyoming. Yay! Oh my gosh, I did the crazy scroll again. Why? Okay, here we go. Tamara says, my daughter has adult special needs and we watch you from Nova Scotia. Hi! Anytime my back hurts, I wear my pack around the house. I'm glad I'm not the only one whose pack helps their back. Exactly. It's usually the opposite for people. My pack helps my back. Bob says hi from Connecticut. Hey. Dog family, did you ever seriously think of getting off the trail on either of your AT hikes? If so, how did you prevent yourself from leaving? Okay, so on the AT in 22, I was so determined. There was no way I was gonna get off trail, and I never had the feeling of wanting to get off trail. I remember feeling like tired and thinking to myself, I'll never hike this trail again. And then a few years later, here I was. This year, because I didn't have the goal of through hiking, there wasn't this like this thing I needed to prove something to myself. There were moments where I definitely thought to myself, well, I'm kind of done. Like I could right now get a shuttle and just stop. So there were those moments. How did I prevent myself? Well, that one was because I was with Mark Trail. I wasn't gonna not hike with him. So essentially, he didn't even know I had that thought, but it's because he was like right there. I was like, well, I'm not gonna stop hiking. Like, that would be weird if I just told him, gotta go. Mark Estes is saying, still drinking Starbucks Grande Pike with cream? Yes. The green stuff? Oh, I tried different things. Right now I'm trying that cherry chai that they have at Starbucks. It's pretty good. Baba says, I would rather day hike and forage mushrooms on other trails. On other days, trail magic. Fun to meet hikers and make them happy. Yay! Dawn says, ausgezeichnet. Travel's asking about my base weight. It's probably anywhere from 11 to 13 pounds. I remember it was around 12 on my AT22, and I think it was a little bit lighter this time because I did get rid of my liner a lot earlier, and I did get rid of my my camping shoes. So I think it was a little bit lighter than the 12 pounds. What size pack do you recommend for a long distance hike? It depends on how much stuff you want to carry. I have a 55-liter pack. So it's what I like, so I recommend it for myself, but I wouldn't go really large because the more room you have, that means you will put more stuff in it that's unnecessary. So I also wouldn't go really small. Like some people do the 40. I don't know. I feel that's like really small. But, that's my opinion. Doesn't mean that it wouldn't work for you. Daniel, dreaming of hiking the AT, but at nearly 50 years old, may have to try to wait till I can retire. Currently doing small hikes and doing foot races. Cool. Yeah, I mean, it all depends on what you want to do, and maybe you do need to wait until you retire, or maybe you want to do it so badly that that's maybe more important, but it's neither here nor there. There are a lot of people who are older who wait until they, retire, and then they can do this and not have to worry about having to work. Jason says, Red River Gorge is my favorite place, but I live near there, so my opinion may be flawed, but yes, it's great at the gorge. I want to go there, yeah. Randy says, I think people are asking about your first AT family because that's where many of us met you. Oh, yay. Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point. It's also a pity, that we're not in contact. The crow owns the sky. Thank you for all the laughs and smiles and even the less happy times. You are an amazing person. I tried to catch you when you came through Washington, but ended up getting sick. No! Have you talked to Boss Bay since the PCT? Yes, we've talked. Of course. Tag, if working with crims doesn't give you a jaundiced view of humanity, nothing will. Yeah, that's why. What's the weirdest situation you've had on the AT? I'll have to think about that. Bob Nazaro is saying, Julianne the goat, say hi. That's like a little bit of an inside joke because Bob is part of my my Patreon Telegram group that we have. So we've been talking about goats and that. And apparently Bob has a bunch of goats. So Keith says, do you still have the same number? Yes, I saw that you texted me, but like my phone is literally filming, so I can't look at your text right now. Why would you do southbound? Why would I do southbound? Because it would look like a completely different trail for me. That's why I would be really happy to do it southbound. Also, I would get the harder parts out of the way, so therefore I would maybe not dislike Maine as much. And I love Maine, I think it's beautiful, but by the time a thru hiker gets to Maine, they kind of want to be done, and then they don't get to enjoy it. So for me, I'd love to do it southbound so that I get to enjoy Maine a little bit more. Brad says, thanks Roadrunner, I've watched every video since the first AT trip and all PCTs, so motivating watching you, thank you, and all the friends you make, thank you. How many bears did I see? I only saw 2 human bears, Mama Bear and Bear. Tyke says, I think women lose more toenails from thru hiking, you need to wear shoes with bigger toe boxes, yeah. Oh yeah, to hell with style, that's the truth. I mean, I wear my shoes 1.5 sizes larger, so still got the fallen nail. Could you dance for us now and then? Ain't nobody want to see that. It is called HikingDancer. I probably should do a little dance and every now and then. So the 2 gingers is at 2.gingers.adventures. There you go. So there are some dots in there. Are you still using the rosemary water on hair? I'm actually using rosemary oil. That's why my hair be shiny right now. And it's really helped. I have no more hair loss and I have a lot of regrowth. So it's definitely helping. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Nobody knows, but I like the way it smells. So the rosemary water was helpful to have on trail because I was able to carry that. So I made it like on trail or at like a hostel. I take the rosemary and put it in water, boil it, and then I had like this little bottle and I was able to spray. So oil is a little bit more difficult to work with on trail. So it was wonderful to see you and get your autograph at Trailers. I also got to meet Mark Trail and get his autograph. This is Renchet. Oh yeah, hi Renchet. Amelia said hi. Hi, it's Amelia. Hi. Fred says he followed me all year so far. Thank you. 2 Gingers Adventures. We only have a few subscribers and a couple videos, but Amelia is almost a summer break, so they will do more. Yay! Make sure you follow them. Danielle, have you always hiked? No. How old were you when you first started? When I did the AT. So I was, how old was I? 38 when I started. Really? Just 38? Something like that. If math. Yeah, math. Hashtag math. I'm a newbie and I'm in love, but I wish I had started earlier. Yeah, I wish I had started earlier as well, but I feel like I still got a good amount out of it. Dave says, I started the PCT last year, 4 days after Julianne, and I'm 64 now. Yeah, you can do it. Nobody is too old to do anything. I'm telling you. Age is just a number. Okay, so here we go. I did the crazy scrolling again. Are you going to do some trail magic when 6-pack hikers get in your area? Yes. We didn't get a chance to meet you when we were sometimes hanging with Fresh Ground. Yes. +1! Everybody say hi to +1! Injured my groin, so got a bit of time to catch up on your videos while healing right before the Sierra. Terrible timing. Honestly, is it terrible timing though, +1? Because it might be just what is meant to be. Also, y'all, make sure you follow +1 hikes. I haven't watched his videos just yet. I started a little bit, but he is a really good friend from my PCT hike. Hiked with him at the beginning. He's so nice, and yeah, follow him if you want. I know +1, you sent me like an email and or a direct message. I will answer all of that. That was a lot of questions. I will make sure I answer all of those. Kip says southbound is easier. It's all downhill. It has to be. Okay. Henning, nice to find you here. You are in Lone Pine or Bishop? If he started just before the Sierra, I don't know, would he? Bishop is such a beautiful, beautiful city, but that's kind of like into the Sierra already. Do you have a favorite state on the AT? I love Virginia. Josh says, I have asked 3 questions and you literally answered everyone. You're an awesome... Oh, thank you. Thank you, Josh. Sean, hello. Oh, hi, Sean. Hello, fellow bad sister. Glad to hear you have given up on the police and business. I was worried for you. Thank you. Yeah. It would have been a great job with some really great security, but as in like financial security, but I don't know. Didn't feel right. Brent, what was the main thing that you learned on your first time on the AT that made this time easier? I guess you're talking more physically. I mean, on the AT, I learned how to like people, which makes me made it easier for me to connect this year. I learned how to like people again in 22, but I didn't really like myself then. And then on the PCT, I learned how to like myself. And so once I started the AT this year, it all just came together, and I really feel like I allowed people into my life a lot more, and I was more open to having people come into my life. So that was making it easier because I allowed that. I allowed all these people to be present in my life, and I didn't reject them. Physically, I learned a lot, and I didn't realize how much I learned until I gave a lot of this information to Mark Trail. And I can't really pinpoint exactly all the things I learned, but I can just tell that Mark Trail learned a lot from the things that I learned from the 18. It was really pleasant to be able to have him want that information and take it and become a really amazing hiker. Like, he is an amazing hiker. Like, he underestimates himself a lot. Fred Kastenschult. Enjoyed your singing. Thank you. Jacob says, I honestly think that you and Mark may entertain a podcast to inspire others hiking the AT. Thinking you and Mark Troy would nail this. In my humble opinion, both of you are true naturals. Somebody else suggested that, unless it was you in a comment. But I think that's such a cool idea because Mark Trail has such a podcast voice, and he has all these facts, and he knows how to guide the conversation. So he would be a great podcast companion. That's a good idea. I don't even know how that works. No idea. But that would be fun to do. Okay. Danielle says, oh, I started at 39, so that makes me feel better. Yeah, 39, you young girl. You are so young. Arthur says, proper hair care is very important. Oh, yeah, because Art has those curls, those flowing hair. Danielle says, I thought you were in your early 30s. No, I will turn 41 this year. Gail said hi. Is it true that going southbound on the AT is harder? I don't know. I haven't done it. But a lot of people say it's easier because you get the hard stuff out of the way. But some people think because the hard stuff is at the beginning, it makes it harder. I kind of disagree with that because you get the hard stuff once your body is exhausted. A lot of people say oh, you have your trail legs and you're going to be in so much better shape. But I feel like by the time I get to Maine going northbound, I'm exhausted. And so going southbound means that your body's going to be fresh doing all of those difficult hikes. So personally, I would think it's easier. And also that's why I think a lot of the FKT people that are trying it are doing it southbound. But I don't know. I would only be able to answer that once I do the southbound. And even then, I don't think I would have an official answer because I would be a much more experienced person doing it southbound, right? I already have all these through hikes under my belt, so I would be more experienced doing it southbound, so it wouldn't really be a legitimate or a real answer because when I did the AT northbound, I was a complete beginner. So I can't really say. I would think it's easier, but I don't know. Shy B says, hi. Tag says Grandma Gatwood was 75 years old when she completed the AT. Exactly. And she did it with not good gear. Plus one says he's 20 miles from Kennedy Meadow South, but healing in Onyx at TA. Wise words, it's meant to be. Snow is melting. I might have to adapt to your trail name to make it in time. You don't have to. Be thankful, because that snow you don't want is a Ed says hello from Oregon. I love Oregon so much. Ed and Myrna. Bubba, shorts and poison ivy. Any tips besides be careful? I don't think I'm allergic to poison ivy. So I can't really give advice because I definitely do not pay attention, and I definitely must have run into poison ivy. But I mean, I'm gonna knock on wood that I'm not allergic to it, but it doesn't seem like I am allergic to it. Kip says 3,000% support a Roadrunner and Mark Trail podcast. 3,000%. Awesome. I just have to figure out how to do it. And I have to ask Mark Trail if he wants to do it. Because, you know, he's retired now. He's going to want to do other things. So, Gail says, I can tell you are very likable and everyone was excited to meet you on trail just observing from others' channels. Oh, yay. Thank you. Yeah, I like... That's really a thing, like, that really means a lot, Gail, because, like, I've really, how do I describe this? I'm gonna get real deep now. I lived for many years, like, I didn't have any emotions. I was kind of, like, cold, and I didn't allow myself to feel anything for several years. And when I hiked the 1822, I was still that ice cube, but the trail just melted me. It's ridiculous. Like, I was telling Mark Trail, and you guys saw me on the PCT, like, I had these so weird moments of caring about people in such a strange way. Not romantic at all. It was just so much caring, and it was really overwhelming. And, you know, I had to learn how to kind of deal with these weird feelings that came out when I did the Pacific Crest Trail. So it really means a lot that you say that, because I do value the people I met this year, and it was really nice that they, you know, were excited to meet me. Sparky, how much weight did you lose when you finished? I did the scrolling thing again. I really don't lose weight per se. I did lose weight this time because I had gained weight when I was done with the PCT. So I think I lost around 8 pounds, and then I just maintained it while being on the hike. I don't really use weight like on trail. But I did lose it at the beginning because I didn't eat much. And I was hiking, so that made me lose a lot of weight. But once I got my appetite back, I maintained it. Julie saying, must feel good to be home for a while. Yes, it does. It's so funny because when I was hiking with Somewhere, I was telling her all of these hikes that I want to do, and Somewhere goes, Roadrunner, you're tired. And I was like, yeah, you're right. She's like, you said you're tired. And I was like, yes. Because she sees me like, oh, I want to do this hike, I want to do this hike. And she's like, you said you're tired. And I was like, I am tired. So, yeah. Let's see. Kay says, hi from Olympic Peninsula. Detectors. Hello, Roadrunner. You sent Mark out with great advice. Thank you. Bearcat Adventures. I would be interested to see someone do the calendar year triple ground, but do Nobo and Sobo on each trail. Well, that's not possible. I don't think that's physically possible. To do a yo-yo for all 3 trails in the same year, it might work. I love the channel. Love you. You're the best. Love Mark Trail videos. Looking forward to your next hike. Thank you. What are some favorite foods off trail? As in like normal life, or like once you get to trail towns? Normal life, I love Indian cuisine. I love Greek. My best friend in Germany is Greek. So I love that, and I love Mexican food off trail or like when in a trail town. Are you Scottish? No, I'm not. I'm German. What's the app you were talking about developing? I can't talk about it because, you know, like it's an idea and I have to find like a developer that I can trust with the idea. But I've also had people tell me that it would be a waste of time. But it's an app that, I don't, you know, it's not really like, it's not really for the AT, it's more for the PCT. That's all I can say. Sean says, Southbound is hard, but if I had the knowledge that I have now, it would be easier. You would be fine because you have so many miles behind you. Mark Trill doesn't look old enough to be retired. Yeah. I know, you should tell him, because when he told me his age, I was really flabbergasted. Kodiak is giving good advice on poison ivy soap. Bubba says Southbound sounds fun. Get to meet many hikers. 2 gingers. Thank you so much. We just got 4 new subscribers. Yay! Chickpea. Oh my gosh, I did the crazy scrolling again. Come on, Chickpea. Wants to say hi. Just got home and saw you were live. Be well. Happy trails. Love the Mark Trail updates. Yay! Me too. Danielle says, I understand that not having emotions thing. I'm so glad to hear that you have been melted. I have been melted. It's crazy. It's too much melting. What profession did Mark Trail have before retiring? It's a good question. Maybe I'll do like a live with him when he's done so he can explain all the questions you have with him. But he did a bunch of things. He was like a golf course designer. He worked in solar. So he did a bunch of things, like a bunch. Monk says, I have always enjoyed your videos, but on your last hike of the AT, you seemed very happy and the most comfortable with your traveling. I was really comfortable because I just like was open to people, I think. It just was a culmination of many things. Mike says, I do the same, always planning the next hike. Exactly, because we are addicted now. +1, my experience was that you care a lot for the people around you. Definitely one of my favorites. And you brought me out a pack of Mentos last year. That hit me deep. I forgot about that. Aw, thanks +1. Keith, haha, you don't need to have Taco Bell on the trail because then with running off the trail, then walking back to get to it. You are a little German Southern darling. What are you doing up there? I need to learn how wicked hard it is over here. I'm trying to learn it. Also, Mark Trail told me like the New England dialect or accents, like you add an ER when there isn't one and you take the ER away when it has one. So like water is water. Yeah, so. Danielle asks, do you miss Germany? It is next on my list of countries to visit. I lived in Spain for a few years and loved it, but I would love to experience Germany as well. I want to learn German next as well. Do you miss Germany? Sometimes. I've never been to Spain, but I personally would love to go to Spain, so we can do a switcheroo. I don't know, learning German is hard. Look, Taylor, the New Hampshire hiker says hi. Hi. It was so nice to meet her. And now I'm doing the 48 footers, so I'm so excited. So everybody say hi, Taylor. It's so fun. Jason, that's understandable. Art, yes, Roadrunner interviews, Mark Trail. Jeff says, watching through hiker videos got me through my recovery period last year. I remember how it was on the AT. I can't anymore. Yeah, it was so nice to meet you too, Taylor. Joanne, have enjoyed all of your videos and so happy that I was able to join this live. Yay! I got to... Keith says bye. Okay, not Jeff. Look at that. Look at that. Everybody saying hi to Taylor. Well, I got all the way down to the comments. Oh my goodness, that was just something. Does anybody have any More questions about hiking or in general? Cheers. Ooh, Elizabeth is in Anchorage. How cool. Jeff is asking, when the CDT? It's a good question. It's definitely definitely like 90% AZT next year, but it could change to the CDT. You never know. Julie says, asks, best way to deal when plans go to, shit, I'll just say it. Best way to deal with plans when plans go. I go with the flow, I think. It's so interesting that, like, as I'm hearing myself say that, it's so weird because I used to be such a worrier. Like, when was it? In 2019. I even still remember I was always worrying about everything. I was always worrying about the future and this and that and this and that. And then something just changed. And so when I'm on trail, I just go with the flow. And if something happens, I either look at the situation and go, is this something that I can fix, or do I just have to find a plan B? And so I just usually go with the flow and try to find the next solution. And that has translated into my life too recently, especially. It's like, wow, I'm no longer like super nervous about things. I'm no longer like, I don't know how to describe it. I'm no longer, I do worry, of course, about the future as I should, but no longer the way I used to. I think like the minute things are no longer an issue. Hold on, let me, there's more messages. Oh my goodness, where did all these messages suddenly come from? When are you recording a record? I am just not even like, I wouldn't even know what to sing. Now Bram, he has I think like 3 or 4 albums already. So suggestion, start from the south. Are you asking the start date suggestion? Like when would I suggest you should start? Kindly clarify, Jeff. Walter, are you looking for hiking partners on your 48? I wouldn't mind people hiking along. That's my answer. Am I looking for hiking partners? I'm not looking for hiking partners, but would I mind, or would I enjoy people joining me? I would like it. Yeah, I like meeting my subscribers in particular. So I wouldn't mind having somebody come along. In fact, I have another YouTuber who reached out to me, and I will be hiking with this person probably next weekend, and we'll be doing a 48 footer. It's another AT through hiker, and I was just like, yeah, let's do one together. Have you considered doing the Canadian part of the IAT? I haven't considered it, but it's actually a really good idea. I'd have to look at that. Thanks for that suggestion. What's your favorite thing about hiking the trail? Is Niall Fleming. The views, the people. My favorite thing about hiking the trail is the people. Hiking. I love hiking. I love walking. I do like the views. I wouldn't say that that's really like my absolute favorite, but it's just that extra cherry on top. I'm not exactly like Nahamsha, because she does so many miles, right? But I also love hiking a lot of miles, and I get that reward hiking a lot of miles. You know, a lot of people complain when we hike a lot, saying that we don't see as much, but it's kind of a weird thing to say because the more miles you hike, the more things you see, and that's actually something that Somewhere said because she likes to hike a lot of miles. So I love hiking a lot of miles and accomplishing that, and then I do tell the people I hike with that I love camping. I just, you know, I love just being in my tent, sleeping in the tent, and I love the morning making my cup of coffee and just sitting in my tent. I just love that. So I think it sounds like I like everything about hiking. How possible would it be to through hike with hammock versus tenting? There's a lot of people who hammock, especially on the AT. I think you can pretty much through hike with a hammock. Has Mark Trail done the CDT? No, he only will do the AT. Shall we start a GoFundMe to buy you more earrings? No, I have enough, and I usually just wear these, right? And then Mark Estes got me some really pretty ones, so I'll wear some of those, but I don't need more earrings at this point. Roddy says hi from Waco, Texas. Did to go to the Alchemist. Tiger says yay for Spain. I've done a few caminos. I'm doing the Camino del Norte in a few months. It's all hostels to, yeah. The Caminos seems like, sometimes I'm thinking, yay, that sounds like fun. And then sometimes I'm like, hostels every single time. But because I did a lot of hostels this time around, I'm not as opposed as I used to be. When did you discover that you're primarily a hiker, not a dancer? Probably as soon as I got on the Appalachian Trail. I just fell in love with hiking. Roadrunner would be a good stage name. You think so? Don't you think people would be like, what is this weird name? Being adaptable is key. Being great to see you accomplish your goals. Sorry, I missed you at trailers. That's great. Thanks for the advice. You're welcome, Penguin. So, Rodney, are you going back to dance? I think I will maybe start teaching a little bit while I'm trying to work on some other things to make an income. I'd like to stay in the hiking community when it comes to making an income, but I also will supplement it by teaching or finding some sort of part-time job as well. How long did it take you to build up to the big miles you do, or have you always been able to do? No, I have not always been able to do 20 plus miles. In fact, the Appalachian Trail in 2022, I think we only did over 20 miles like less than 10 times at least. We did not do a lot of that. It was not until the PCT where, especially on the second half of the PCT, is when I started to do 25 miles plus almost every single day. And it was really fun. I liked it. And then once I got on the AT this year, I realized that I can do the same thing on the AT. Maybe not exactly the same because the PCT is easier when it comes to the terrain. But I would be able to hike around 20, 22 on average if I wanted to. That's it. Maybe not 25 plus, but 22-ish. I could do that. Travel says hi. Hi from Myrtle Beach, Tony. Hey, thank you. Julia says, looking back, are you glad you got the shots for bat rabies, or would you choose not to know? I'm glad I got the shots because I wouldn't want to always be worried that something is wrong with me. Chrissy says, hope to see you at some point hike the John Muir Trail in August to experience the beauty. Okay, August. All right. Robert says, hello from Alabama. Have a good dinner, two gingers. Julie, hi. Snarky, AT09 through, hiked with my hammock the entire way, no problem. In fact, quite enjoyed camping where no other could. Exactly. Wasn't Frozen Adventures a hammocker? Frozen Adventures, Outdoor Adventures, Frozen. I feel like he was a hammocker on his AT22. I know he had a tent for his PCT hike, but I think he had a tent. He had a. Julie's asking, any thoughts of Scotland? You can wild camp. I'd like to hike in Scotland, actually. I really would like that. Elani says, I love your dynamic with Mark Trail. I through hiked the AT in 2023 and met my hiking partner on the first day. Oh, that's fun. And hiked all the way. Wow. That's super committed. I'm impressed. Henning says, do you plan to go to PCT days? Maybe. I was planning to this year, but I think I have a guided hike scheduled around that time. But if I don't have a guided hike scheduled around that time, maybe. Have you had to deal with blisters while hiking? Nope. I'm thankful that my foot system works. I have toe socks, not liners, toe socks. Then I put normal Darn Tough socks over the toe socks. And then my shoes are really nice. I don't really get any blisters. Tag, if you want to do a long hike in Spain but don't like hostels, you could consider the GR11. It's a coast-to-coast trek in the Pyrenees along the Spanish. Ooh. Yes, I do not want to do as many hostels, probably. What YouTube hikers do you follow? Right now in my my follow thing, I have, are you asking like in general or this year? Because this year it's Six Pack Hikes, Sailing Avamar, did I say that right? A pace setter and Uncle Bill. I did follow Mama Bear and Bear, but they're done. I think those are the ones that I like clicked on, and I did click on +1 as well. Oh, and I do follow, I don't know why, but I do follow, well, I do know why. I don't know why I said that. So there's this lady that hikes the PCT, and she's attempted it multiple times, and she hasn't been able to accomplish it, but she's hiking it this year. And I'm not following her to see, oh, is she gonna, not finish again. No, I really like her. I like how she doesn't show like, a lot of the, at least the videos I've seen recently, she doesn't show a lot of interaction with people, but she's so good at describing like what she's got planned for the day, her thought process, things that are kind of going right, things that are going wrong. And I just love listening to her because it's literally what we go through, but I am not good at conveying it as well as she is, and I just really love following her, and I would love for her to be able to do it this year, and I'm so rooting for her. And Nikki is exactly right. Tiki Bird Tracy, I follow her, and if you decide to follow her because of hearing her from my voice, make sure that you put in her comments Roadrunner sent me, because I think she follows me too. So it would be really cool if she saw that she got some subscribers. But she's really great. She's like maybe late 50s, I don't know, mid 50s, maybe, I don't know how old she is, but she is so good at describing like her whole thought process. So yeah, Nikki, you're right. That's the person. I follow her. Like, I like her a lot. Let's see. So it's Tiki Birch Tracy. Juju Diz, I may have missed it, but do you plan on hiking with Bougie at all this summer? It's not really like a plan. but it's not like it's not something I wouldn't do. I would love to kind of like catch him as he's going through Oregon and Washington. So that's not out of the question. Tommy says Ecofina River State Park in Taylor kind of has some beautiful trails. Okay. Coming to end of days this year. Trail is officially back open. Maybe that would be fun. Somebody was stationed in Germany for 2 years. Love Germany. That's good. Who is she? Tiki Bird Tracy. Alani says, what do you think about Stella's calendar year Triple Crown this year? I am impressed. I don't know how she hikes 30 plus miles. It's not likely something I'll ever want to do, but you never know. Because, you know, we always say we don't want to do something. But I can't imagine doing a Triple Crown calendar year Triple Crown. That's hard. That's so hard. So I'm impressed. Jeff says there's another one you should follow, Old Man on the ACT. He's I've met him when I was on the AT. And then he was the Old Man on the CDT and Old Man on the PCT, right? So he's hiking the AT again with his son. I have met him, yeah. I think I've watched some of his videos, and he's a really nice person. Denise Takes a Walk was good, and also Liz Kidder. I love Liz. You know, I watched Liz Kidder's AT hike, and I really loved her as well. I haven't really watched her PCT hikes just yet, but I love her like photography. She's really fun. Daniel says, I missed meeting you by one day, stayed at the Beach Hill Hostel the day after you, then fell behind you due to case of Noro. Hope for some other time to meet you. Aww. Julie, love Kevin and Leah. Love Kevin and Leah as well. They are great. They were around us. They hiked the AT my year in 22. Did you ever find God? Thank you. Yes, I think so. Pamela says, I love Tiki Bird Tracy too. Yeah, she's awesome. Stella Hikes is fun to follow. I'm following you because of my cousin did the Appalachian Trail a couple years ago. Yay! Gen X Adventures. I forgot about them. Yes. With the doggy. Who doesn't love a good doggy? Kathy says, I think I love most about watching through hikers is the relationships they build with others doing the same thing. That's why I loved watching you this year with Mark Trail. What a wonderful. Yep. I think like that's what I figured why people generally are like watching me is because I do show the people I hike with. Unfortunately, that also comes with when I stop hiking with them, then people get either upset or they don't understand and they want to know everything. And some situations are just stuff that you don't really want to talk about. And then other situations, like there really nothing happened. We just don't hike together anymore. And so like showing the interaction with the people can be a good thing, but also not a good thing because, you know, then sometimes people think there's drama when there isn't. Admonk, Stella is awesome hiker, love her. She's such a strong hiker. It's crazy. Oh yeah, hello, Pegleg. I don't really watch her YouTube videos, but I like look at her Instagram posts. They're really fun. Well, and Pegleg is doing more than just a calendar year Triple Crown. She's hiking from like border to border. So she already did the Florida Trail and is hiking the ATs and then the CDT and PCTs. So she's doing a little bit more than the Triple Crown. Ooh. She's great. That's a hardcore person right there. It sounds like you are on computer. I have a computer right down here. Snarky has some links for people. Homemade Wonderlist, yes. I haven't watched her video yet being on the AZT, but I should watch it. Chasing Blazes, she wanted to quit in Maine. I chewed her out, she finished. Chasing Blazes in 23. Don't know who that is. Walter, hi again. Hi. I may have missed the question asked, will you connect with Boss Bay and Birdco and have you read their book? Love how they featured important meeting you and the rest of the family. I have read their book. I have their book. It was really nice. Will we connect? I don't know. We may see them as we kind of like walk past each other because they'll go southbound and I may or may not be with Mark Trail as we go northbound. Rodney says he has to finish mowing the yard. Megan's adventure outdoors is great. Kathy says, I think sometimes you need to end when things are great. I totally understand it, to end on a great note. Yep. Admin says, have you considered hiking the BMT or Vermont Long Trail? I've considered all of them. The Long Trail might be something that I can do this year still. So definitely something that I'm considering. And then the BMT as well, because I still need to finish the Pinhoti. I still have 100 miles on the Pinhoti left, so that might be something I want to finish this year. Somebody suggested to come down to Pinhoti Fest, so I would hike those 100 miles during spider season again, but it's definitely something that I'm thinking about. Mark Esses has to catch a plane. Be safe. There's a trail in the Blue Mountains in Northeast Oregon. Consider it. I did not even know about it. Will you record when you hike the peaks? Yes. The first one's coming out tomorrow evening. So what I'm gonna do is I'll have Mark Trail in the morning because you guys are used to the AT YouTubes in the morning, and then my videos will come in the evening. Not daily because I'm not doing the peaks daily. But you'll have him daily if he gives me daily videos, and then my peak videos in the evening. That's funny. Are you editing Mark Trail's videos that go up on your channel? Yes. He sends them via Google Drive, and then I edit them. Because that would be way too much work for him to start editing, rendering it, like uploading it, and then scheduling it. I can do that. I have the time, and it's what I do. There's this guy, Ugly Stick Hikes, that is crushing the PCT already way past how. I think he's first. Totally humble. He has like 100 subscribers, and he sounds like from the East Coast. Ugly Stick Hikes. Well, everybody go follow him if he only has 800 subscribers. Not only, 800 is a good amount, but if he reaches 1,000, he could maybe make like a little bit of money, which would be nice for him, right? Jeff, they won't let you drink a beer? This is a good one. I like this one. Redbird CT, Jamie from Connecticut, looking forward to your peak videos. I'd love to do many of those myself. I'm excited. I don't know why I never wanted to do peaks, but I'm excited. I think I'm ready. Well, we're getting, where are we? We are at 103 minutes. Nikki, way back flashback question because I'm hiking the Tahoe Rim Trail in July. Where would you recommend to start? Oh. I would not recommend to start where I started. And I started, where did I start? So, oh my goodness, I can't look at my phone right. Okay, hold on, let me Google. I will tell you exactly where I think you should start. Because I was even thinking about that as I was hiking it, that's where I would want to start, because, I don't know, I'll tell you. Bear with me. Oh no. Well, the TRT is the Tahoe Rim Trail. I wouldn't start in Tahoe City. That's where I started. Like, I didn't really... I thought it was fine, but it was not where I would want to start. I love starting TRT from Tahoe Meadows. It was bomb. It's something Meadows where I would start, because what you want to do is you want to finish with that highest peak. It's like 10,800 feet up. And then after that, you hike down and you can... Like, that's where I would want you to start just before that peak, hike all the way around, and then have the peak as your last thing, because it's so beautiful and it's so like it's such a better ending than what I had. I just went from one little sign back to that sign, so it wasn't as exciting as it should be. So if anybody knows what I'm talking about, I would definitely start before the highest peak on the Tahoe Rim Trail, which is 10,800 feet. So if anybody knows, let her know. Because I don't have my Far Out app right now. Was it Mount Rose? I would recommend to go, well, okay, I went clockwise, so it would be after the highest mountain, right? But if you go counter, it doesn't matter. Clockwise, I know that most people go counterclockwise, and so you'll meet more people. If you like to have companionship, counterclockwise is better, but clockwise for me, I didn't meet a lot of people, so it was a little bit sad for me. Yeah, so Relay Peak is the highest, so you would want to keep that as your last thing. So depending which direction you go, you're either going to be, to the left of the peak or to the right of the peak. So, but I went south. I went clockwise, so I had Relay Peak and then went down into town, I think. So that's what I would recommend. Just because it's nice to have a high peak as the ending. Jerry's asking, how hard is it to go back to normal eating after getting off trail? It's pretty difficult because you just want to eat the same. And also your body kind of goes, whoa, we're not walking anymore. Finally, we can catch back up what you've been missing. So your body still is hungry because it wants the nutrients, and it's very difficult. That's it. Start at Tahoe Meadows. You'll do the peak last. The people at Tahoe Rim Trail Association recommend it. Mount Rose is right before Tahoe Meadows. There's a campground right there. Oh, yay. Look at that. Look at that knowledge. Look at that knowledge. Yeah. And if that's what Tahoe Rim Trail Association recommends, I didn't even know that. But that's what I would recommend, because it's just like, it just makes the most sense. Alani says, what do you do for a living when you're not hiking? Do the YouTube videos pay the bills? They do not pay the bills when I don't do daily videos. When I do daily videos, it does give me enough income to hike and pay some of the bills at home. But when I don't do daily videos, it doesn't pay the bills just yet. Oh, and then what do I do? Well, I do teach some dancing, and that's my main profession. Anyway, it's 8:50. I'm enjoying this a lot. Look at you. There's like 227 people, and I'm all by myself, and it's like, I'm trying to imagine 227 people sitting in front of me, but like it's impossible because I'm just talking to the phone. Does anybody have any questions left? Cheers. Thank you, Julie. Somebody asked me recently what I like about myself, and I said my smile. And then this person said that they like their integrity, and I was like, yeah, I should have said that. I should have said that I like my integrity, because that's very important for me to maintain my own integrity. Yes, that is line and cool. Oh, I love this question. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Look who's in my comments. Everybody, see who's in there? Mr. Mark Trail. So y'all have questions for Mark Trail? You better ask him right now. Mark Trail is asking, who was your favorite hiking partner on the AT this year? Bram. Definitely Bram. Just saying. Snarky. Snarky Snarkison. I love that. Okay, I love that name. Okay, so then he says, real talk, when you're coming into Trail Magic, you see the pop-up, you see the truck, you hear people talking. What is your hope to eat and drink? As easy answer. I hope to have a burger or a hot dog, but burger. And I really want a Coca-Cola for myself. And I do like to have a beer. Mark Trail really loves Gatorade. So if you are hoping to see him and giving him Trail Magic, Gatorade. He loves his Gatorade. Will you... oh my gosh, I did the thing again. Will you make a documentary about your hike and support of communities on the AT this year? I don't know. Taylor is asking, do you have a certain 4,000 footer you want to finish your list on? Not that that's my preference, but Mark Trail told me to not do Kerrigan's until he's done, because he wants to hike that one with me. Am I right, Mark Trail? I think it's the Kerrigan's, right? So I'll be doing that one last, because I'll be waiting for Mark Trail. TE, how many calories do you consume per day on trail? I have no idea, not a lot, because I eat a lot when I get back to town. So I think my daily intake is not that much, probably just 2,000. Oh no, volunteer got bitten twice by 2 different rattlesnakes on the AT during ranger training. My goodness, that would be terrible. Plumsky 52 with a view. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Jason. Mark Trail. Very funny, Roadrunner. I'm saying, Bram, for sure. Have you ever run into 12 tribes called on the AT? I have only seen them on at trail days in 2022, but that's it. And no, they did not convert me. New Hampshire is on here with a question. So cool. Yeah, you can see more 4,000 footers from Mount Kerrigan than you can from any other summit. And that's what Mark Trail said, Mount Kerrigan, because of that. He said that he can point out all the 4,000 footers, and so I'm intrigued to do that with him, because it'll be fun. Mark Trail, look at him. He said hi. He's so cool. Mark Trail in my live ski, just hanging out, chilling. That man, I'm gonna just give you a little spoiler. That man hiked 27 miles yesterday. 27. And that's the person who keeps telling me that he can't do anything, that he's too old to hike many miles. Just saying. Mount Ellen. Mount Ellen. Isn't that one in Vermont? I hiked with Eminem. Mark Milton. That's true. Oh, that's Mark. That is your new trail name, Eminem. Oh, look at them all giving you love, Mark Trail. Look at them saying, thanks for both of you, unconditional love of our girl. Yay. Mark Trail is not on a 0. I'm laughing because I know what is ahead of him. So he's not on a 0. He hiked today. Yeah, 27 miles. You guys are going to see the Gettysburg video tomorrow morning. Yay, there's a lot of Juliannes. Oh, this is such a great community. I'm so happy. That's the other thing. It's so nice to like start connecting with some of the other YouTubers like Nahamsha or Maddie from Beer and Beautiful Places. It was just nice. Like especially Maddie and I, we were able to talk about some of the YouTube aspects and the struggles. You know, there are some struggles that come with being a YouTuber when you're on trail, and so it was really nice to talk to her about it in person. Oh, look at, hit the like button, guys. It helps the channel. Oh, that's nice. Mark Trail knows lots of things. Ask Taylor how hard it is to do the 48 4,000 footers. How long does it take? I'm interested. But Taylor is like a beast. Like, she will just hike those mountains like she's hop skippity dooing. So, will you be hiking the AT with Mark Trail in Vermont? I would like to, yes. Oh yeah, Sally says that she's disabled, so following hikers makes her really happy. That's really rewarding for us. Tecumseh. I did not start with Tecumseh. I started with a different mountain. You and Nahamsha should hike a trail together. I don't know. She would leave me in the dust, I think. Taylor says, I hiked them a while ago, very casually. Took me 3 years. I bet you could do it in like, was it, there's 48 of them. I know that like the FKT for the 48 4,000 footers, I did this silly thing of looking it up because I'm like, oh, maybe I can do that. And then I saw it was like 3 days and like 3.5 days. And I was just like, I was laughing. Like I was laughing out loud when I saw that. Oh no, Taylor has a torn meniscus. That's so sorry to hear that. That would be so frustrating. Mark Trail, are the videos making you feel connected to Roadrunner and us who are cheering for you? That's a question for you, Mark Trail. Hope you're still there. Do the bumps on the AT count towards the 48? The bumps. Yeah, there are some 4,000 footers on the AT that count toward that, but I'm starting them all over. I'm not counting them, like I'm pretending like I never hiked them. So, because I do want to do the Pemi loop. Does anyone forage on the AT, or would it be frowned upon? Blackberries, nettle soup, and the like would improve the nutrient profile, or the typical through hiker diet could help. I don't think anybody frowns upon you doing some blackberry goofing or blueberries. Nettle soup, I'm sure you could go ahead and do that. I don't think there would be a problem with that. Lots of people eat berries that when they're out. Let's see. Mark says, absolutely, it's like I can still talk to Roadrunner through the videos while I'm hiking, so definitely keeps us connected. Yeah, and we talk a lot, like, texting and stuff, so. Are the 4,000 footers all day hikes, or will you have to carry a pack for that? It depends. So if I were to decide to, like, do the presidentials, I probably would do this like if I were to decide to do the presidentials on the AT, I would make this like a 2-day hike. So I would have an overnight pack. But I'm not sure. Like we'll see. I'm planning to do the Pemi Loop, and I want to do some of the other trails that get to the 4,000 footers. You know, like for example, I'll be doing one of the AT mountains soon, but I'm not taking the AT route. I'm taking a different route. Cannon, the ladder, carry a pack. All right. Well, so tomorrow you'll have 2 videos. Ooh, watch Taylor's vlogs of hints for being prepared for the whites. Yeah. I mean, the White Mountains are so, I don't know why I got a lisp there, but the White Mountains are definitely more intense, right? The weather is more intense, so I'm definitely being aware of that, but I'll definitely watch your videos about it just to see, like, you know, a lot of times when you are a hiker, you think you know everything, but then you forget a lot. And so having those videos helps a lot to kind of be like, oh yeah, I should remember that. Like, for example, I hiked my first 4,000 footer like a few days ago and I forgot my gloves. And as I'm hiking, I'm like, my fingers are freezing and I go, well, we're not in, you know, they're not falling off just yet, but probably I should have brought some gloves. So don't know why I forgot them. Thank you, Justin. Okay, so I am going to stop this here live right there. This was 2 hours. Thank you so much for being part of my evening. I almost got finished with this one bottle, and this is always so much fun. So it's really nice to talk to you guys, and it was nice to have Mark Trail on here too, and Art, and Taylor. That was so fun. And just a lot of you guys. So thank you so much, and I hope you will enjoy the videos tomorrow and the 4,000 footers and Mark Trail's through hike and me joining him again, hoping that he's just gonna run to Vermont so that we can get to hiking again.